appreciate it if you could. Reach Clearfell. Find the pillar.
Clearfell could be in danger. I'd best hurry. This might be just what I need.
Hey, Matt. Appreciate it, dude. Yep. My plan right now is hopefully to League start Thorns. If it gets no balance changes in the next patch, I might not League start it, but there's definitely a very quick Thorns build coming. If it's not my first build, it'll be my second.
Dodge this!
Not meant to get hit by that.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, Howard? How you doing, man? Hey, what's up, Doom? How you doing, dude? So if I was actually doing a League start, I'm practicing Bone Shatter just because I've never leveled Bone Shatter. But if I was practicing League start, I would definitely use this spear first. I would just like immediately use that spear.
There's a big note you could kill next time.
The Count must die for
But I
what
want
he
to
has
practice
done to
Bone
us.
Shatter. Never leveled Bone Shatter before. Okay. We need Thorn's chest. Where's my Thorn shield? Could have sworn I had a Thorn shield, but I guess I don't get it till level 8. Okay, so no Thorn shield early on. Didn't get a pre-level 1 one, that's fine. Yeah, so like the biggest thing that prevents you from leveling Thorns right now is these two support gems right here. They're not required for Thorns, but they're pretty damn required. And they're both tier 3 support gems. You don't get tier 3 support gems until like level 40? Maybe higher? I don't remember when you start seeing them drop. It might be higher. So without these support gems, you're screwed. I have a video where I beg GGG to make these lower. But if they're not lower, like, this is like the biggest thing for me with Thorns. Is if this goes like, if nothing else happens, but this gets changed, I'll level Thorns on League start. But it's specifically these two support gems. They just take a little bit, just a little bit too long to get for you to, like, for me to comfortably want to League start Thorns, but I still might force myself to League start Thorns. I mean, I'm sure you can make Cry Thorns builds worse, so just the functionality of it's not the best right now. Hey, it doesn't have to be both of those support gems that are accessible early on. Only one of them necessarily needs to be accessible early on. But with both of them not being usable at like a tier 1 support gem level, Like, even tier 2. Like, tier 2 I could probably get away with playing Thorns on League Start and not fully screw myself, but by the time you have tier 3 support gems, you didn't really level Thorns. You leveled as something else, and then you finally transitioned to Thorns at 40, because, like, yeah. That's just how I feel about it. We'll see what happens with the patch notes. That's the biggest thing I'm waiting for. The last pod was awesome. Thanks, Doom. I'm really loving the podcast, man. I don't know. I'm really loving the podcast. It's like what I look forward to like so much right now. Just like getting to hang out with the two of them and talking Path of Exile. I'm so glad we started the podcast. I think we started it at the perfect time. That hits pretty hard. I only have 2 pieces of Thorns gear right now, so my Thorns damage isn't super high. Oh, jeez, rabbit. There were probably a lot cooler streamers you could have hosted. Thanks, bro. We were just talking about the podcast. Thanks, bro. Hope your EDCon practice went well. I am practicing Bone Shatter. I have never leveled Bone Shatter before, so figured we'd give it a go. Bone Shatter Thorns. I'm on the Copium chain that Thorns is getting buffed, so that's what we're doing. Thanks, bro. I want to play Flails? I would love Flails. I'm pretty sure Templar's not coming soon. I feel like I remember GGG saying, like, Templar and Righteous Fire was, like, further down the road. I guess I should, what does the Defiler drop underneath? Is it a support gem or a skill gem? Because I don't know if I'll be skipping him on League Start. I might want to do him. You have a feeling Templar and Rails or Flails are 1.0? I don't know about 1.0, but I definitely feel like it'd be closer to 1.0. I think GGG said swords are 1.0. Hey, what's up, Blueprint? Saw me in an interview? What interview? Oh, the try video? You probably saw me in that try video. I had a little 30-second segment in it. You hope you get Axe's next update. I wonder if GGG regrets maces first and not having axes in or a different melee weapon at this point, just because of how often I see people talk about wanting axes and swords, or just like daggers or any other melee weapon. I wonder if GGG could go back, they would change maces first.
Now or never. Push on.
I love bagels.
It's been many years. Does the witch still?
I'm on level 4.
Break.
I've been on the Passive Tree podcast, yeah. I've been on the Passive Tree podcast, and I've been on Try's podcast, the Still Sane podcast. I don't care about killing you. You don't drop me good loot. Get 'em, Thorns! Yeah! Stupid wolves. Start with mazes so the bar is low. Have you tried Poison Thorns? I have, yes. I have a Poison Thorns Chiyula Monk. It's okay. It's not great. A lot of broken interactions with Thorns and Poison right now. Yeah. There's just a lot of broken interaction with Thorns and a lot of, like, afflictions and stuff in general. Sometimes the only way to get an ailment to proc is through the support gems, Quill Burst, and Barbs. And, like, they won't actually proc off of the Thorns hits themselves for whatever reason. I assume it's a bug, but... yeah. Where are you, Red Veil? Where are you? Did I not have a skill gem? I should put Contagion on my bars. You should always just rock Contagion and Essence Drain pretty early on, no matter what build you're doing. A low tier Contagion is just free damage. Even just putting one on. Yeah, even with a 100% chance, it's clearly a bug. One of the best ways to play Thorns right now is Bleed. What about Avatar of Fire Thorns? It's okay.
But I still respect their valor.
The problem is the armor break. You can really only play Avatar of Fire Thorns with Warbringer. But Avatar of Fire Thorns is fine. I do need points in Dex at some point, so... Your favorite one's still Warbringer Thorns? Yeah, I like Warbringer Thorns. I mean, it's like the safest to play, the coziest. I mean, Turtle Charm is pretty insane. You know, being able to block ground hits, right? Like, that's pretty overpowered. And it's also, like, very brain off, which is what ARPG players want. It can help you live a lot of, like, unlivable one-shots and stuff, you know. Hell yeah, level 2.
What?
Hey, Polios. Send us your blessing on new Thorns options. Well, whenever we have the patch notes, I will do a big Thorns. Like, this is what I'll do multiple Thorns videos leading up to the launch once we have patch notes. We really don't know what classes we're getting, but I still think, like, Thorns Warriors and Thorns Ritualists specifically are, like, some of the best options for Thorns. I think people sleep on Thorns Ritualist a lot. I still think Thorns Ritualist will be one of the best Thorns classes. So, like, if you don't really particularly care about, like, the new classes that are coming, which I'm probably playing the new stuff, right? Like, it doesn't matter what's best. More than likely, I'm trying to force Thorns. Like, say Druid comes, right? I'm forcing Thorns on a Druid. If Marauder comes, I'm forcing Thorns on a Marauder, right? I'm just doing that. Ritualist is arguably one of the cheapest and best Thorns options. It is super tanky. The third ring slot goes a long way with Thorns. I know that's going to sound stupid because the third ring slot goes a long way with a lot of builds, but Thorns specifically is so unique heavy. Like, you use, on average, 4 uniques per Thorns build, sometimes 5. You can get away with 3 if you're not using a unique spear, like Scytha's Spear, but You're usually pretty unique heavy, which means you're just starved for stats. Having a third ring slot for extra resistances and like maximum life is just insane. And then the amplified boost you get from the 25% increased gain from your ring and amulet. A lot of your survivability comes from your amulet when you're playing Thorns, because you're going to be stacking so much maximum life, and then you're going to have the percent increased max life roll on your neck. And then you're going to have 3 rings getting scaled up that all have like high max life rolls, so. If we're talking about all the classes we have right now going into this patch, Ritualist or Warbringer or Smith of Katava. If you want just like the easiest, the best start for Thorns. I would really narrow that down to Ritualist and Warbringer. But all Warrior Ascendancies are great for it. I don't think it's over here, but it might be over there. But like I said, if Thorns doesn't get any changes, I might not even League start it. If I don't League start it, I'll probably League start Wind Dancer. And then same logic as before. Oh, it was over here. Cool, I'm glad I came. But either way, it'll probably be on like... Everyone assumes Druid's coming, so I'm like, that's what I'm assuming I'm doing it on. Okay, this guy hits hard. I don't have the Thorns Leech Anoint. I'm not leveling with the Anoint right now. I'm trying to avoid the Anoint. Because you won't be leveling with the Anoint, right? Like on a League start, so I would have Thorns Leech if I had any the Delirium stuff at this point, but I wouldn't. Why any summoning ads? What's going on? There we go. I was hoping that Contagion would do more. Saw that cupboard. Shit. Might be dead here, boys. We just need a little bit of flask. I've never seen him chase me this far. Usually he backs off. Dead? Yep. Alright, so I can't eat those, the down 5 daggers that he throws. I was eating all of those and that wasn't working. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my flask. I always do that, man. That's one of my weakest points with my campaign clears. Like, I sit with, like, Act 1 flask too long. I need to touch my flask up. I'm still on the train that having to click the well is stupid, by the way. I don't know where you guys are at on that. Clicking the well isn't... Oh, I don't have any good gear on, too. I'm really bad at checking vendors. Get some shield weaves in. Yeah, my vendor game is pretty bad. I should not have a white mace right now, probably, right? I should probably have, like, done some vendoring to get an alteration or something to get a better mace. I rely too heavily on trade. I gotta figure out an early game crafting strat. I know strat sounds like a stupid word, but I just don't know what to do for that first weapon. Like, obviously I should probably just use that spear, but I'm forcing Bone Shatter right now. Holy crap, that hurt. Never seen that happen to me before. I just ate every one of those. Bira farm? That's right, I forgot people do Bira farm. That's what you should do on League Start. Yeah. I'm a trade Andy, so I've leveled too many alts with good gear is my problem. I've leveled too many alts with good gear where I've one-shot bosses, so I've forgotten how to... Yeah, my weapon is not doing it. 'Cause I'm running out of mana. Before he's even like half. Let's see what spear stabs. Ooh, we can spear throw kite. It's about the same DPS.
Tower.
That's not good. Yeah. So lesson learned, can't come here with a white weapon. There we go, I got the spread I wanted at least. I need to get some juice. Well, clutched it out somehow. Funny the difference. Ooh, that's a good early grab. Funny the difference a single, like, that upgrade made. Just, like, swinging a Mace Strike. Maybe I should have just Mace Striked more. But yeah, I gotta be better at looting early on. Ooh. This is an insane early ring. Okay. Are you kidding me? It's got no res, but... Let's go. We want Armor Breaker for when we play Thorns. But I kind of want ED for leveling early on. What's my int at? I don't even have enough int. Level on my 5. Put too many points in the decks. Alright. Yeah, agreed, Dirty. I never understood that.
Well, I know
So I think day one then. I think day one you definitely Bira farm for a good weapon, right? Launch day, you sit at Bira, you kill her 3 to 4 times really quickly until you have a reasonable weapon for the style you're wanting to play. And then you go level. That would be the one adjustment I would make right now. Yeah, we'll just buy that. Oh, I forgot you could buy shit with from the vendor with just straight up gold. You don't need like alterations and stuff. That's why I said alteration earlier. It was like wouldn't be able to buy from the vendor from it, but
Till next time.
oh, I never found the Are you talking about Thorns, Siler? I don't think Thorns is getting nerfed. I don't think Thorns is getting nerfed. Like, it can't even, like, clear tier 4 bosses easily. And there are builds that one-shot tier 4 bosses. Oh, we can go back to Bone Shatter. Are you talking about ED Con getting nerfed? I don't think ED Con would get nerfed either. If that's what you're referring to. I don't think ED Con's getting nerfed. The only things getting nerfed in my mind are like things that are rake stomping grounds here. Heading towards the Thorns lead ship. Shadow gonna be neat. I think Shadow's cool. I'm not as hyped for Shadow as everyone else. I'm more hyped for like Gladiator and like, yeah, the warrior classes. See if we can handle a rare with this gear. Nice. I really hope we just get fire buffs. If we get some ignite buffs, that would be great. Ignite buffs would be like... So like even if Thorns doesn't get direct buffs right, when you think about like... armor getting buffed, life stacking getting buffed, Ignite getting buffed, like things that like Thorns uses heavily, like those are all very likely getting touched up. So it's just like there's so many ways this build's gonna get better, you know? They need to buff too many things. I mean, yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't really think this patch is gonna be a nerf fest. Like, people are even, like, expecting, like, Lightning Spear is gonna get nerfed. Like, I think Tangle Tongue will get nerfed. I don't know about Lightning Spear. Where the hell am I going? Where is this tree at? That's the boss. There's the tree hero here. Here's the tree.
I remember this place.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the 20th. We're doing the podcast on the 20th. Me, Miso, and Dead Rabbit, we're going to co-stream, like, reacting to the live stream. I think we'll all be, like, reacting to the initial bit on our streams, and then we're going to, like, co-react to the Q&A. Read the patch notes, and then we're going to dive into the podcast. So we're doing, like, a whole podcast. Like, the reaction portion is not going to be a part of the podcast. Like the podcast VOD, but we're like going straight into the podcast after the Q&A. So it's going to be a big stream day. And then, so what's cool is, so this Wednesday we have the podcast. We're doing the announcement. I should have just warped there. We're doing the announcement stream podcast, or not the last, yeah, the announcement stream podcast. And then literally 4 days later, the Monday, which is the 25th, I think, we're doing another podcast with Darth Microtransaction. And then I think we're doing another podcast 3 days later, the day before launch. So we're about to like slam out 3 podcasts in like a little over a week.
If the faith.
So in case you're curious, all 3 of us are very hyped for the patch.
The old magic still.
But yeah, this Wednesday's podcast is going to be awesome, and then we have a Darth microtransaction the following podcast.
For a moment, everything
And I'm
felt
super hyped to have DM on because he's been talking about how he's going to be making build guides for every class. And we're like a build making podcast, so it'll be cool to talk build making with him and stuff, you know. Get to see what his plans are for the 20 classes, or not 20 classes, but leveling all the classes. It's like 16 classes right now or something with all the ascendancies. You guys are going fast. It is insane. Like, DM is like the penultimate guest in my mind. Like, it's hard to get cooler than Darth microtransaction. Like, the only thing that would be, like, bigger than that would be, like, Mark and Jonathan, right? And even then, DM's, like, comparable in my mind. So, like, the fact that we have him on the pod is just... It's crazy. Yeah, well, like, so here is my speculation, and I am just gonna top this with, DM has told me nothing. Literally, my only interactions with DM have been, like, our brief talk, like, when I posted him in his stream chat, and, like, we DM'd very briefly confirming the date of the podcast. So he has, like, there's no confirmation of, like, anything he's said with what I'm saying. But what I hear him saying, he is leveling all classes. That means, A, the patch is big. He's buckling up to do a big grind for PoE 2. I don't know if that necessarily means a lot of new classes, but I assume it means new classes. But one of the cool things I heard him say was he's leveling in Trade League. DM is a solo, as far as I'm aware, he's a hardcore solo self-found Andy. I could be wrong there. I believe he is solo self-found hardcore usually. What people aren't talking about enough is him saying he's playing Trade League. That tells me we're getting trade buffs. We're getting instant buyout trade. That's what that tells me. That's what I'm most hyped about of the things he said. Is he said he's playing Trade League. And maybe that's just to make it as easy as possible for him for leveling as many classes as he can, but maybe it also means we're getting some trade quality of life. Which I think everyone agrees the game needs desperately. Oh, I can use ED. I haven't been using ED. Jesus. When I'm in stream mode, my brain is just off and I just talk. I don't even have the int for it yet. Right. It's my int at. I should have the int for it now. I knew that I couldn't use it yet, you guys. Relax. I was intentionally not using it. It's purely speculation on my end. I don't know if that's why DM's going trade. Like, obviously, if he's genuine about leveling, like, let's say there's 20 classes in the next patch, and he's actually going to make a build guide for all 20 of them, it would be hard to do that in hardcore. And also, the appeal of that would be a much smaller range of, like, fans. You know, you're going to appeal to more people if it's, like, a trade league build, right? So that could be it, but my guess is maybe we're getting some trade quality of life too.
This place.
But yes, I'm just hyped to have DM on the pod to talk about build making. That's really what the podcast was like pitched as. Is it's a build making podcast. Like, there's a lot of podcasts out there, but they're really like news and reaction based podcasts. They were like always like you see a podcast when a patch comes out. But there's never one that's, like, consistently, like, showcasing builds and stuff, so. DM talking about his wants to make builds is awesome. I need to look up all of the side objectives that reward stuff. I'm sure I skipped support gems and stuff. Or like regal orbs and stuff. I don't know what all the side objectives give anymore. I just probably need to do them all. Oh, he had the idea before going to GGG HQ? Gotcha. Well, I wouldn't be a PoE content creator if I wasn't making absurd speculation, so... Ooh, that's zapped. This is my worst part of my campaign speed clears, is I really suck at navigating the tombs. I feel like this is where I waste the most time, is the tombs. I just don't know the tells.
Carry soul for my collection. You shall die.
We're level 8 yet? At level 8 we get new Thorns gear.
Your meaningless life ends now.
I thought I said shut up, but I said shatter.
Your soul.
Ooh, that hurt.
These spirits are mine. Rend your soul.
I haven't upgraded Bone Shatter. That's why my damage might be low. I also don't have support gems in them yet. Well, I do have the Thorns one, not like good Bone Shatter ones. My Thorns damage scales with my Thorns damage, so Bone Shatter ain't helping that too much. Man, fight your own battles. Oh wow. Okay.
Your intrusion will be punished.
I really don't want to use Perfect Strike. I hate Perfect Strike. I don't know like if you guys like using it. It is just too, I don't know. I don't like Perfect Strike. I know that's the normal warrior boss killing thing, but I hate Perfect Strike.
At your request.
These spirits are mine. Break. Ascendancy.
Quit calling for her, dude. Fight your own battles. Big baby.
Your intrusion will be punished. I am your master. Rend you to me, Ascendancy.
I'm always running from Ascendancy. Yeah, I gotta get, so the number one thing I need to note for my campaign clear is farm and Biras. I feel like if I would have farmed Biras for a good weapon, this would be, if I'm doing a melee build specifically on launch, I needed to farm for a better weapon, because that DPS is just a little bit too slow for my liking. I almost ran out of, I ran out of flask at the end. So. And that's with me using my, like, starter Thorns gear.
Break!
Hey, we got our first support gem. Yeah, I should have had my first support gem by now. There's something I was supposed to clear that drops it. I don't know, though. Maybe not. Draven is furthest away from where you start. Ascendancy is just corridors, I guess. Yeah, Ascendancy I can find easier, I guess, sometimes. But yeah, it's Draven the one that I can never guess. The worm drops a support gem. Okay, I knew I should have done the Devour. I said it earlier, if I should have killed him or not, and I didn't. Chain. I like Chain and ED. I have level 8 Thorns gear. I will be trade leading, so I will be like pausing and buying Thorns gear when I can afford it. There we go. This is a significant Thorns damage buff, so. People have been... I find it unlikely we don't get any new classes. At least new Ascendancies, right? Like... but I find it unlikely we don't get any new classes, you know? Oh, it's here. I see it. The Witch in the Growwood also drops one, apparently. I killed her for the flask. Oh no, I didn't kill her. I got the flask from the cauldron and then I ran away. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to make notes of those things. I mean, I'm assuming on League Start I'm just going to full clear all the bosses just to, like, see if there's new content strung about. I'm not really going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be, like, it depends on what's coming. If we get Delve, I might, like, try and speed level and go for, like, world first, like, level 2000 Delve clear or something silly like that. But, like, Delve is the only thing that gets me wanting to speed level. Otherwise, I'm going to be just, like, I'm going to be leveling as fast as I can, but I will be full clearing all the side objectives, like, to see if there's new bosses. Because GGG mentioned that there's some of the current acts are getting new bosses added to them. We just don't know if that's happening in this patch. Delve would be awesome. So, this is just another, like, cracked KallTorak theory. That's definitely wrong. But I've never played Abyss in PoE 1, my understanding of it is a lot of people think it's a fairly outdated system. But in terms of lore-wise, there are Abyss creatures in Delve. So a speculation I've been seeing that I'm, like, on board with is that Abyss and Delve are being merged together as a mechanic. Or, like, not as a mechanic, but Delve is coming with Abyss and will be a bit more Abyss-themed. It's probably wrong, but this is my copium dream of getting Delve in this patch right now. So. But yeah, I'm a big Delve fan. Clearly.
Your way has no place here, Karu.
Yeah, the extra Thorns damage is pretty noticeable. If I'm leveling Thorns from level 1 on launch, which I don't think will happen, I probably won't be transitioning to Thorns until like the 20s. But level 8 is a good power spike. This is like way more manageable.
Now, you are mine. Forever!
We're still using that shitty blue mace.
Tormented dead. Right. Raven, I need you. No escape. Tormented dead. bravery. Oh, escape!
Shadow.
Yeah, that level 8 difference made the fight like just significantly easier.
Your cruelty
All I play in
was
PoE 1, yeah, whenever I went back for
Will be too
whatever this league was called, 3.26, I spent like 90% of my endgame time in Delve. I only went to maps to get more Delve juice. Let's see if clearing strong boxes in the campaign is worth. ED Con definitely makes it easier. Yeah. ED Con just too good, you guys. Who were the last guys? This guy? I also don't have a good filter.
You did it.
Is anyone here an Abyss fan from PoE 1, like of the mechanic? Because I honestly can't even remember if I've done it. I like literally don't remember it. I saw like a 10-second clip of Abyss and I was like, I don't know if I've done this.
Graves. Isabel. Torko. Callum. The family of
So if it's not like one of the most popular ones, I could definitely see it getting reskinned
This doesn't make any sense.
mechanically.
They're dead. Those bastard Eternals. I must make them pay. I must make them.
More of a Betrayal fan.
break.
Danger. Got stuck on his body when I was rolling. Oop, that's that. Ooh, fine. Yeah, I don't know. I love how like hard this game is. I hope it's not allowed to get like 8 times easier. Having the dodgy stuff is actually fun. The damage is like, I would say this is like maybe 20%, like a little slower than I would want it to be, but like I'm not min-maxed at all.
Hunt
Like,
with the first ones, old
I guess I'm a little bit min-maxed. I'm kind of tweaked.
You've earned it.
I'd say it's about 25% too slow, 20% too slow, but I like having to dodge the one-shots this early. Because that guy will one-shot you. Harvest fan? Yeah, I did. Okay, so Harvest was the other mechanic I did a lot of in the 3.26. I did try mapping for a bit, and I just couldn't really get into it. There was a lot of aspects that I liked about it, but yeah, my main mechanic was when I was mapping, it was Harvest. I really liked Harvest. I really, really liked Harvest. Yeah, Harvest would have been like something I got hyped as hell for if it came with this patch. Like, yeah, I would have been so hyped for Harvest. Yeah, well, that's how I feel about Delve, especially. You know, Thorns and Harvest are just perfect together, but Thorns and Delve are like also perfect together. Yeah, like I'm not even spec'ing it. Like a caster build, and Edicon is just so good. Maybe Essence Drain needs to be a higher level skill gem. Maybe that's the nerf they have to go with. You put like Essence Strain in the mid-20s, but I don't know. People just kind of like Edie Con being Edie Con. I think Edie Con, it just has to be one of those skills that is just kind of broken, you know? If Edie Con's not broken, Edie Con is not fun and good, and it's not good, I guess. It's designed to be insane when you synergize the two together. Question is it just too early? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit too early.
By decree of the Count of
We'll just get the,
to the scoundrels
we won't be
and
doing
cowards
this. I assume I won't be going straight into this at level 10.
There are far more of
Where the hell is the checkpoint? But I'm just trying to get the waypoint. Just in a really goofy ass spot. Alright, let's go to town. Yeah, no, like Edie Con is my very first PoE 1 build in its early access. Like Edie Con was like Edie Con is yeah, it's core to PoE. Like there's no like you can't have it not be great.
He lives up to his reputation.
It might be like one of the builds that has like the longest running fan bases. I don't know if that's the right term to use. Fan base, player base. Yeah, Edie Con is just great. Can't wait for the new CD to start. Yeah, I'm so burnt out. I haven't streaed for like a month. If you go look at my YouTube channel, I've barely posted the last month. Like, I leveled 16 characters to end game, and yeah, I'm fried, you know.
What do you mean?
Yes. Please, take your time. It's beautiful. Accept.
I guess I can hold on to that. I don't have a helmet yet. We will need Armor Breaker for when I get the Thorns support or Spirit Gem. Back to the hunting ground. Okay. But yeah, I can't wait for the new season, man. I'm definitely going hard that first week. Probably like multiple 12-hour stream days. Damn, what is this trap I just got walked into? I shouldn't have walked this way. I'm just hyped for the patch notes, man. The post said we're getting the patch notes this whatever. This reveal stream.
Try good timing. The spirit is near.
I just want the patch notes, man. Agreed. Agreed, Muzz. I feel like, yes. That's a very good, that's a very good point. The game definitely needs more builds that you can just, yes, skills that you can use from the start of the game that are fun for the player to play. That are very thematic and like, yeah. Yes. I feel like that is something this game is very much missing. There's only a very few builds that function that way. Lightning Spear, Lightning Arrow, and Edie Con, you know, like, we need more of those builds for sure. And yeah, that's a fair point that it just has to be that good the entire playthrough for the new player.
All you want, beast.
Yep, I like that. Good point. Yeah. Well, there's two potential points where Thorns gets leveled up. Obviously, Flails. I think everyone agrees Flails is the obvious one. But Druid could be a good option for Thorns stuff as well, with all the Bramble-type thematic stuff with it. So, I'm putting my money on Flails, too. Like, I imagine we're going to see a lot more... Like, we don't have any Thorns weapons. I imagine there will be a Thorns weapon via a Flail, right? Like, that seems like the most obvious. I need a better weapon. I gotta get better at farming the vendors. I gotta get way better at farming the vendors. I should not still be using this weapon, probably. Okay. I think we're good on strength and dex for all the items I wanted to use. Alright, we're almost to the Thorns Leech stuff. Now, if we're league starting a Druid, let's just say we're hypothetically guessing that Druid is next, right? We'd be starting from here. So my path would go boom, 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 boom. So it'd be what? Start there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Would you path through here? 9, 10, 11. You might path through here. I'm not sure. You'd either path through here or here. So you're spending an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 8 points to get to here. 15 points. So you're 7 points behind the warrior as a Druid start. If you're wanting to book it straight for vengeance, right? That's obviously not the most optimal endgame path. You're going to respec at something, but if you want vengeance with Thorns, which you might not rush for it, you're 7 points behind the warrior. So that's not too bad. But the optimal path would be going up this way and getting Thornhide, then pathing through here. But if you're just straight up booking it for vengeance, you're not too far behind the warrior start as a Druid or a Templar or whatever you end up playing there. But the optimal route would obviously be going up through here, getting spiked armor, and then getting vengeance. It just depends on how important you want the Thorns Leech damage. Hey, what's up, Blaze? Everyone shout the Blaze. Host a great podcast, the Passive Tree Podcast. Make sure you check it out. I've been on it. Dead Rabbit's been on it. Try's been on it. I don't know if Miso's been on it. I think I saw Miso on it. I don't remember. But I'm doing good, man. Or just messing around with League Start. It is unlikely I get to start Thorns, so I assume I'll be fluffing with Edie Khan until the mid-20s. Until I can trade for the Thorns uniques and gear I want. But it's also possible with the support gems. If they don't change the Thorn support gems from tier 3 to tier 2 and tier 1, you know, I might be leveling something else deep. Maybe Wind Dancer. Nice, yeah. I thought I saw Miso on it. Hey, what's up, Kirsty? Ask away. Hey, what's up, Marlon? Hey, what's up, Kadachi? How you doing, bro? Yep, 2 more days, man. I'm so excited for the live stream, man. I'm so hyped, dude. I'm so glad the boys were down for the reveal stream stuff. Like, we're gonna be co-streaming the launch, and then we're gonna be hosting into the podcast. Not the launch, the announcement. We're gonna be co-streaming the announcement, and then we're going to host into Miso for the podcast whenever we have the patch notes. We're not going to live read the patch notes on the podcast because we still want the podcast to have like a nice 3-hour discussion. But when we get the patch notes and the Q&A has ended, we're going to, like, if we haven't had time to read the patch notes yet, we're going to take 10 to 15 minutes to read the patch notes, and then we're going to start the podcast. So it'll be like a 6 to 8 hour stream event, maybe. Maybe that's a bit too long. Maybe like 5 to 6 hours. With the podcast being the end of the stream. So, like, the whole stream event won't be the podcast. But the podcast is, like, the final part of it. And hopefully a tradition we carry on going forward. Need to get Thorns gear out of my bank. Well, we're going to be spending the entire time on the patch notes. Sorry, let me rephrase. The whole podcast will be going over the patch notes. We're going to take 10 to 15 minutes so we can read the patch notes and, like, prepare the show for, like, what we want to talk about from the patch notes. That's what sorry, I phrased that poorly. We will be spending the entire podcast on the patch notes, I assume. Just meant we were going to take 10 to 15 minutes to, like, read through it, like, just so we have know what we're going to be talking about on the pod. Because I don't know if it'll be, like, a good podcast, if, like, the whole 3-hour podcast is like, alright, let's scroll down. Oh my god, they did this! Wow, this change is huge. What does this mean for the game, you know? You go into it with, yeah, you know, we read it beforehand, so we're braced for it, you know? That's how I feel it should be. Maybe the podcast is fun if you have everyone, like, freaking out every 5 seconds, but I feel like it's better to be, like, for a 3-hour podcast. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't actually talked with the guys, so that was just my assumption of how we would want to handle it. Where's my helmet? There it is. Am I missing anything? No. Okay. I'll take the scavenge pudding, sure. Oh, that's the wrong scavenge pudding. It was a scavenge pudding. Yeah, we'll be doing that on the podcast for sure. We'll be reading through the patch notes for a long time, but yeah. The 10 to 15 minutes was just like us bracing ourselves for the podcast type deal. Yeah, bow shot buff by 5% exactly. Like, the implications, what does this mean, you know? It's going to be an interesting podcast to navigate. It's obviously going to be a lot of fun in a fun live stream. I'm so hyped. I would have to see... I would have to see, like, your gem skill level and your path of building, Kirsty. I mean, if you're at 300,000, you're missing either, like, a lot of gem skill levels or something. You're not using the Prism of Belief, because if you're down from, like, 300,000 from 1.5 million, I assume you're just not having all the gem skill levels. No, I have not messed with tabulas yet. I am sure I will level that way plenty of characters in 0.3. But right now I'm trying, like, League start friendly Thorns. Also, shout out to Rusty. He's another Thorn guy. But yeah, I'm just, like, playing with, like, cheap Thorns gear right now. Unfortunately, I don't even know if I'm gonna League start Thorns yet because of Quill Bursts and Barbs. That's the biggest barrier of entry to me. I've talked about, like, 10 times a day already, but my patch notes for me is looking for changes to Quill Burst and Barbs. If they are tier 1 or tier 2 support gems, I will definitely League start Thorns. If not, I might do Wind Dancer. Wind Dancer would be a lot easier than Thorns without the support gems. I don't want to be, like, waiting for people to get to, like, Act 4 or Endgame and then trade for tier 3 support gems. That's so lame. Which you could do. Which I might do. I'm lame like that, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, there are Thorns runes. There's a, I forget if it's Is it block in physical thorns or armor in physical thorns? I forget what the rune was, but there is a physical thorns damage specifically rune with like armor or block. I forget what it was. Maybe it was max life. But yeah, there's other thorns runes that have been data mined. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you speaking the same thing, Rusty. That if you're the other thorn god in my mind and you're feeling the same way, that means that I'm right with the way I'm thinking. Yeah, but it's just, that's like literally the only thing that has to change. Like, I have a big Thorns video with all of my feedback, and if none of that feedback happened, that's fine. But what has to happen for me league starting it is the support gems just have to be easier accessed. Yeah, technically you go Caltrops, but that's not like traditional Thorns where you're like taking hits to deal damage. Like, I would want to play Thorns normally. At that point, I'd just play Wind Dancer. I assume Wind Dancer Druid is going to be a very good leveling build. I'm just throwing this out there. I am assuming Wind Dancer Druid will be very good. If Wind Dancer goes unchanged. If Wind Dancer goes unchanged. I know that sounds weird because it's a deck skill and we're in a weird spot for that, but I'm hoping that the Druid's weapon scaling is going to be, for the bear form, is going to scale Wind Dancer. So you'll, like, passively get it up.
The villagers, you must
Nice boots. Can't use helmet yet. Can use that helmet. Yeah, I like doing the same. I like using like most attack skills. I assume like everyone assumes Druid's coming, so let's just say Druid does come. I will be leveling with like one of the bear attack skills with Thorns is what I am assuming. Like whatever claw attack it does. But I don't know for sure. Obviously. Did they change Thorns? No, we don't know yet. Hey, Rake, what up, dude? How do I do the, There's a way I can shout you out in the chat. I just don't know how to do it. How do I shout people out as the streamer? I'm such a noob. There's like a way I shout them out. I don't know how. I would do it if I knew how. Shout out to Rake. Thanks for the host, man. How'd your stream go, dude? Shout out stream name. Awesome. Give Rake a follow. He's awesome. You excited for 030, man? Thanks for the host, guys. We're practicing Thorns leveling right now, boys. Practicing Thorns leveling. Oh, let's go get our Spirit Gem. Yeah, I'm so excited, man. Me too. Yeah, I mean, if you, I haven't streamed in a, like, month, basically. If you look at my YouTube channel, I've uploaded, like, 2 videos in the last month. Like, I'm really bad at, like, forcing content. And it's just been a drought, man. It's just been so hard to, like, play. There's been nothing I wanted to do. Yeah, I've felt it, man. I've absolutely felt it. Oh, nice, Rusty. I'll need to think of that. I haven't actually thought of, like, how I'll spend my first 5 exalts. My brain tells me, like, obviously I would just spend my first exalt on Crown of the Pale King, but, that might not actually be the case. Yeah. The podcast is what's fueled me. And then just watching all of your guys stream. I'm the ultimate stream lurker. I work from home, so when I'm working, I have a PoE 2 stream open, so there's always like the shuffle of like Dead Rabbit to Rake to Farham to back to Rusty, like just like the host train that just gets tossed around.
What sinister shadow lurks here?
Yeah, take care, man. Enjoy your day.
Shut up!
Yeah, I need to see your PoE Ninja, Kirsty. Get your build linked on PoE Ninja, and then tell me your character name, and I'll look it up, and then I can like try and tell you where your damage is off. But if you're missing like 1.2 million damage on Arctic Armor, it tells me you're just missing a lot of gem skill levels. You might not have the Prism of Belief. You might need that +3 Prism of Belief for Arctic Armor. But yeah, if you're missing over 1 million damage, yeah, you're just missing gem skills more than likely. I doubt you're missing those support gems, because those are like the easy thing to hit. But yeah, PoE 2 Ninja. You have to like sync it to your PoE account. Don't worry, it's safe. You don't have to like log into your you just link it via the website. It doesn't actually log you give you a password or anything like that. And it's just the best way for me to see a snapshot of your character. Yeah, I just assume if I'm starting on the left-hand side of the tree, it'll be an ED Con start, but if I'm starting right side of the tree, it'll probably be Lightning Arrow or Lightning Spear. I don't think I'll play Lightning Spear or Lightning Arrow, though, ever. Those are gross skills for gross people. We don't play that way. And then Bone Shatter is good, too, still. I'm avoiding Rake Stomping Ground for sure. I assume Rake Stomping Ground's getting deleted, but maybe GGG wants it to be the baseline. But if it's not deleted, I won't play it. You've been gross a few times? I think ED Con is kind of gross, so I've been gross a few times too. But there's like an appeal to ED Con. It's just so satisfying, right? But I don't know. There's something about Lightning Arrow and Lightning Spear that has just never done it for me. They're too satisfying. It's like too much satisfaction. It's just like you push a button and then everything's gone. Just that's why I don't like those builds. It's just a little too, I don't want to say brain off, because a lot of builds are brain off, right? Like, I almost want to call ED Con brain off. You literally just press 2 buttons and then you run in a circle, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just, maybe it's too satisfying, I guess is the words I'm looking for. It's just like you hit a button and then just like very quickly those skills just dominate. Which we talked about earlier. You need those skills in the game. You need a skill that, again, I don't want to say a noob, but just like someone can just use from beginning to end of the campaign, right? Like, there are people who don't want to swap skills 8 times. Like, for me, if like I could play Cyclone from level 1 in ARPGs, I would, right? Like in every single ARPG, so. Yeah. It's just a preference. It's definitely just a preference. There's nothing wrong with those skills. I think watching Lightning Arrow is super satisfying. Like the Roa Lightning Arrow builds are super cool to watch. When I play them, I get bored of them by like level 60 to 70, just because it's like you've been playing that style the whole time already. I don't know. I'm weird. Got stock up on Costco this week. Oh yeah, the meal prep starts soon. I love how degen the PoE community is, man. It's like everyone buckles up to like wear a diaper.
I must destroy this.
It's just like it's a community accepted thing. Like we're all gonna be wearing diapers for a week, and it's no one's ashamed of it. We're all here for it.
Feel my wrath. Shut up!
Every time I say that, Major Pain, I get told it's because I'm an MMO player. I like having, like, builds that are like a simulacrum build. I like having my map farming build. I like having, you know, my bossing builds and stuff. Like, I like that stuff, and I've been told it's because, like, it's just MMO players are conditioned to have multiple sets of gear for situations and stuff. Like, you need your dungeon farm sets, you need your tank set, you need your PvP set. It's just conditioned into our brains. That's why I think I feel that way. That's why I like playing that way. I love the multiple builds, you know. I do think it's cool if you can get like a niche style to be like a jack of all trades, but when I see a specialized build like Lazy Exile's AFK Simulacrum build, I think those are some of the coolest builds around. The armor, I'm guessing. I'm gonna take damage there. Oh wow, that barely hurt me.
The wild one's power is
Mine. You use almost every skill this league? Rusty, that's awesome, dude. I have a minion build I did this league. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It was like one of the first builds I released like week 2 or 3. It's my like Zerg Swarm Minion Swarm build. That is like one of the builds I'm looking to revisit the fastest. Like I'm going to try out like a Thorns build first, and that like might be my first build I do again. Of all the skills and builds I've tried, I really want to go back to that Minion Swarm build. Like, part of me, like, if there's a companion Druid Ascendancy, would love to do it on the Druid. But more than likely, I'll be doing Thorns Druid. It just seems natural to do a bear Druid with Thorns. With how tanky a bear might be, you know? My brain tells me a bear will be tanky, right? Like, the bear will be the tank Ascendancy. Or not the tank Ascendancy, but the beef Ascendancy. Or the beef form. But, here's my copium, guys. What do you think the odds are of us getting a porcupine form? If we got a porcupine form for Thorns, GG. Ooh, first Exalt, this early. Is this always give an Exalt? That seems crazy to get an Exalt from this. I'll take it. If it exists, Thorns will become meta. Thorns will already become meta. You guys haven't accepted it in your hearts yet. Trust me, Thorns will take over the world. Templar comes with brands, right? I know Templar comes with Righteous Fire.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I don't know that. I assume that.
Boy, then. None of it's junk. Deal.
I have like a really I've developed what I'm noticing is I've developed some really bad habits from playing in a league this long with a bunch of alternate characters that are using infinite currency and infinite twink gear. Like I'm leaving currency on the ground. I'm not paying attention to vendors. Like I've developed some really bad habits that I need to like get fixed ASAP. Like why am I still have a level 4 contagion? What am I doing? Or level 1 contagion. What am I doing? Don't have my ED Con leveled up. It's just like, I'm just so brain off because I've been playing with twink gear for so long. I need to get like into like a private league so I can get a fresh solo self-found run. Because both my solo self-found and my main account are just like filled with currency. I could sell this for like 50 divines right now, by the way. Like here I am still using this shit mace. Like what am I doing? I got really bad habits I got really, really bad habits I need to break. That's a big upgrade.
Stick to the cairns.
Okay, we did Freythorn. Alright. You can migrate all to trade. Oh, I forgot you can migrate. Good idea. Good idea. Thank you. Now, on League Start, I will want to find the objective on this map, right? It gives you the anvil or something? I forget. I'm not going to find it here, but I'll have to remember to find it. Bro, by the way, I don't know how many of you were playing launch of 020. These fire pigs that come from this map were the best Spectre in the game on launch. They were so insanely good. They got removed from the game within the first 12 hours, I think. And they just never got added back. But I'm sure those fire pigs that came out of this, they were... That thing? They were one of the best Spectres. They were so damn good. And then they just got deleted, and they never got added back. So just if you're a minion main, you might want to revisit that Spectre early on. Probably nerfed, but... Yeah. You can level as Thorns. You just need uniques. A Nuno. The biggest barrier to entry, I guess, is the uniques and support gems. I would definitely, like, if I'm making a prediction, it is not a League Start friendly thing to do. I would not be recommending Thorns as your first character in 0-3 unless we get amazing patch notes this week. Thorns is definitely an alternate character. You can make it work as a League Start if you trade, but it'll be a lot of... Yeah, it won't be ideal. Level 16 for the helmet, yeah. Well, the helmet's unfortunately not the biggest problem right now. The problem is the support gems. You need tier 3 support gems for these. So even if you have the helmet, you're only going to be doing Thorns via reflecting, which will work for some fights, but not all fights. You'll still be mapping primarily with, like, ED Con at that point. But yeah, the helmet's 16. My hope is to have an Exalt by level 16, and then I can trade for it immediately on League launch, but... Yeah, you never know.
Your luck has run out, foundling.
You bastard! Face me!
New mace upgrade. We can now use left click. Yeah. I should not have stayed on that trash mace for so long. I will 100% farm Biras for like 4 to 5 kills. Like, definitely, if there's no changes to the early game, farm Biras, you guys. If you're playing a melee build, do not do what I did and like just struggle with a bad weapon. Just farm Bira and get yourself a good weapon. That's the biggest mistake I made with this run. Otherwise, I've done fine. Just farm Biras.
Death is not revenge enough for one.
Hey, Dad of Exile, how you doing, bro? How's the hype for you? Dude, I can't contain the hype. I am so excited for this patch. I am losing my mind with boredom. I cannot wait for this game to get it updated. This Wednesday with the reveal stream, me, Miso Shiro, and Dead Rabbit are co-streaming our reaction to the stream, and then we're going to do the podcast immediately after we have the patch notes and the stream ends. So, yeah, we're like all three obviously super hyped. What's looking new for Thorns? Right now we have no info. We have no info.
None will stop me from enacting vengeance.
I don't know. Like, I made a video with Thorns feedback, but I don't know if Thorns is high on GGG's priorities for things that need to be addressed. I'm not saying there's no chance it gets buffed, but... So, if we look at how Thorns got buffed from 0-1 to 0-2, it got God tier buffs, right? If it gets the same love that it got this patch, then yes, it's going to be amazing. But, you know, we don't know. We'll find out Wednesday. If not, Wind Dancer will probably be good to level. You have a bad filter for the campaign? I definitely do have a bad filter for the campaign. I didn't even change my filter. Yeah, I'm using my uber strict filter. Faux show. I don't even know which of these filters I should be using. Probably one of the never sync ones. Yeah, you're right, though. Another thing I'm doing wrong. My filter is dog ass. But this is why we're prepping. To get out all these kinks. I can't do this right now. Just keep running until we get to the safe spot. Doesn't this give me a support gem? Yeah, support gem. I need to remember all those things. That's one of the things I need to practice, is I don't know where you get all the little side doodads anymore. So when Try did his Jonathan interview, Try asked me if there was anything I wanted to ask Jonathan, and I sent him a Thorns question, and it was on Try's document. Try had a big document of questions, and like he had a bunch of like questions like towards the end that were like more speed questions, and one of them was a Thorns question. He just never got to it. He didn't get to a lot of his better questions, in my opinion, so I would have been stupid to ask him about Thorns, but I would love to see his thoughts about Thorns. Like, not just Thorns, reflect skills in general. Not even from, like, me being the Thorns guy's perspective, but I want to know, like, are they okay with a Thorns, like, a reflect build being, like, top-tier pinnacle content viable? Because if the answer to that, like, tells you where their headspace is at in terms of balance designs. If they're okay with a reflect build being, like, tier 4 viable and a popular build, that tells you, like, just like a general idea of, like, how loose they're willing to be with endgame expectations. Can I post a link? Yeah, sure. Twitch will delete it. My automod will delete it, but I'll still see the link, so I'll be able to repost it. Druid, probably getting some slams, you think? I have no idea. I think I saw one of the old Druid videos. He does like a ground slam charge in the bear form. Oh, hell yeah, it's a Mobalytics article, too. Sweet. I am signing a Mobalytics partner contract soon, which is cool. I'll repost it in my Twitch and YouTube chat if anyone wants to follow this along for launch. Could get changed up slightly with 030, but I assume this will be fine. Thank you for this. Hey, Psycho, how you doing, bro? Long time no chat, man. When's the next SOD ZG farm stream? Rip SOD, man. I've been playing RuneScape. That's where I'm at in my WoW journey. I'm on the RuneScape hype train. And I'm pretty deep into it right now. I'm pretty wowed out. I might not be back to WoW until Classic Plus. I have no interest in retail right now, and I'm not playing MoP at all. Like, I did not play the pre-patch. Yeah, so a lot of my friends are playing private servers right now. I was literally just about to say that, Psycho. I've got some friends that are playing Epic, or Epoch. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I've got some friends who are playing the Ascension servers, and I got some friends who are on Turtle WoW. It is kind of Epoch. Thank you. Cool. So it's like the game last Epoch thing. It's kind of sad when I look at these private server trailers that these private servers are doing all of the things we wanted Blizzard to do. And they're doing things that Blizzard tried way better. At least from what I'm seeing. These private servers are actually starting to pop off, which is just crazy. So, yeah. But yes, I think I am pretty much done with WoW until Classic Plus. I don't know what would get me back. I can't play through Classic through Wrath again. I can't do that again. I'm done with that. And SOD was fun. I did play SOD a lot longer than I made content for it. Like, I played SOD until the end. Like, I raided, the Scarlet raid 12 or 14 weeks total. Like, I did it a long time, you know, which SOD was alright. It's just, they did so much not good. And crazy how much damage you actually get from, Scavenge Plating. No helmet, though, so I'm not reflecting the range attacks yet. We're only level 14. You get the helmet at 16, so... We're almost in the Thorns sweet spot. We're almost in the Thorns sweet spot. I thought about doing, like, a retrospective on SOD and, like, doing, like, a ranking of all the phases and, like, what went wrong with all of them, but at this point it just feels like every time I, like, think about writing this script, the script, like, turns so negative that, like, I don't want to shit on SOD, but there was so much they did wrong that, like, when you talk about it in a retrospective way, you just end up shitting on it, and, like, it feels really weird to make a video 10 months after SOD ends when I'm, like, a PoE creator now, and yeah, I think I'm just AFKing until Classic Plus, but I am, oddly enough, enjoying, after shit-talking RuneScape for 25 years or whatever, I am blown away with how much that game is doing right. I really hope the Classic Plus devs pay attention to RuneScape. I just got level 5 Spirit Gem. Jesus, the luck. I don't think anyone can argue that, like, WoW's combat is, like, some of the best MMO, if not the best MMO combat. Outside of maybe, like, Lost Ark. At least for the older ones, right? But RuneScape has some crazy good systems. Crazy good systems. Exactly, it's horizontal progression. Like, there's so much horizontal progression. They're just, I don't know, every time I'm playing RuneScape, I'm like, oh man, I wish WoW had this. The grinds are just so satisfying in that game. There's no other way to put it. WoW over ORS? I mean, I would definitely say that for sure. I mean, I played WoW for 25 years and put like over a, gross amount of hours into it. But as someone who has just like famously, like not famously, but I've just always shit-talked ORS just by like the way it looks. I feel like that's what everyone does, and it did a lot right. It did a lot right. If they can bring some of the systems and it's really just how they've handled their horizontal progression, to where you have like you have a forever character in RuneScape, and you used to have that in WoW. You don't have that in WoW anymore though. The game has turned into like an alts game where you have like 30 alts that you want to do different things on. At least that's what it turned into me. A seasonal game, yes, exactly. That's the best way to phrase it. Perfect. WoW's turned into a seasonal game. We don't have the helmet for the Thorns Reflect on this guy. He's always fun to watch with the Reflect helmet. We'll farm him until 16. Just because he does the one fun kill with the Cold Blast. Yes, it is very much a single-player MMO, and as someone who's played WoW mostly single-player, that's probably why I like it so much. Like, the best way to explain OSRS if you are a WoW player is you have the Maradon Blade of Eternal Darkness farm that I did, where it was like 10,000, like it was like 1,000 hours sitting there killing Princess over and over again for a very rare drop. Old school RuneScape is that farm everywhere. Like, every farm is that farm. And if you like those kind of farm, which is like my kind of farm, I love solo dungeon farming and WoW and like crazy stuff like that. Like, OSRS is just, it's all that. It's all just these crazy farms that have, like, these dopamine drops. There's just no skill to the farms, really. I mean, there is skill. I'm sure I'll piss off some people by saying that, but there's no skill to OSRS. Just metronome timing. WoW's combat's better, way, like, no, not even comparable. Yeah, I don't think single classes work, but, like, one thing, like, I thought about was, like, why can't you do all professions, on one character? Like, why can't I painstakingly level mining, herbalism, tailoring, all those, like, profession hard grinds on one character? Because WoW's set up in a way to basically force you into alternate characters by limiting you on professions. It was like one of my takeaways from RuneScape. It's like I could do whatever profession I want on one character, and I like that aspect of it. I wouldn't have to be like a herbalism alchemist on this character, and then I gotta be a blacksmith and a miner on this character. Yeah. And then, yeah, they have events where, like, you have all these social farms for professions and stuff that are really cool. It's just the systems. It's really just the systems in that game that are god tier for what I want to play. Alright, we should only have to reset like 2 more times, and then we'll have the helmet. It definitely worked out early on, but, yeah, that's not how it ended up panning out. Also, I don't play retail WoW anymore, so I don't know if they fixed the problem in retail. I'm a classic Andy. I have not played the last 2 retail expansions. And the handful before that, I was like, I played for the first patch and then quit very quickly. Last expansion I really tryharded was the one that had Castle Nathria, but even then I quit that expansion after a patch. So maybe Legion. Maybe it was Legion. I've been a private server player for a long time until Classic came out. Normally I would not farm for this boss, guys, by the way. I would not normally be doing this farm. I'm just trying to get my helmet equipped, so you guys can see the fun Thorns reflect on this boss. Yeah, I've seen that. I've got a big friend who is, like, big into... actually, the guy I run my game dev company with, he's big into, like, custom mod scenes, and he links me, like, those videos all the time. I've seen all the World of RuneScape. It looks really good. Modders are crazy, man. I need to be full clearing for experience. My allergies are bugging me. My nose is itchy. What games are you deving? I have 2 games in development right now. One of them is called... Actually, we technically have 3 games in development right now, because we're actually going to be updating our horror game soon. But I have a game in early access called Castle Warriors. It hasn't been updated in about a year. We had to take a mental break from it. We overwhelmed ourselves on the project. We've restarted pre-production for it soon. But we have a game in early access on Steam. It's called Castle Warriors. It's an auto-battler, like... It's kind of like Vampire Survivors, but instead of like when you level up, you get a upgrade for your character's weapons, you recruit a unit for your army. So it's like a mix of like old StarCraft custom games, like Nexus Wars or stuff like that. I forgot to change the filter again. We'll just do that one. And then right now, we're about to release a 3D simulator game. Right now it's called Card Quest on Steam, but the name is being changed to Card Collection Quest. It's a 3D sim about collecting cards and then selling them at a convention center, and you have a stream you open your card packs on, and you build your stream up over time and stuff. It's a silly 3D sim. We're a 2-man studio with no money, and yeah, we make the games we can make. But yep, those are the 2 games. We have a horror game that we made last year. We spent a month making a horror game to see like what we could do with that, like a month of time. We're going to be giving it an update patch soon. So we technically have 3 games that are being like actively worked on right now.
No noose this time. I'll remove your...
But none of them are ARPGs.
You are nothing but a
Our 4th game will be an ARPG. Or our 5th game.
easy prey.
Yeah. Oh wait, I was supposed to keep leveling up. What am I doing? My brain's off. I started talking about game dev, and then my brain just completely shut off. That's what happens when I talk about game development. That's my real passion, so... Get me talking about game dev, and my brain just completely glazes over. Winter Spring Games? No, my company's called Cluck Games. Cluck Games. It's me and a friend, an IRL friend. It's literally just the 2 of us. All of the coding, all of the... Like, it's all just us. We're the only 2 on the team, and the only 2 with the company. Completely startup. We don't have a publisher or investors. Basically operate with 0 money. Like, in Card Quest, we've bought in a bunch of like assets from people online, and we spent like less than $100 getting art on the game. Like, we're very much a free, or I don't know what they call it, but like we operate in that free development space until we make enough money to fund our a real project. You know, we just make cheap games. Make an MMO easy, yeah. That's the one thing I'll never make.
I'll remove your head myself. You are nothing.
So the game we're making right now is called Card Quest. It's like it's about like opening card packs and like, you know, collecting cards and stuff, right? And neither of us are artists on the team. One of the we're not happy about it, but a lot of the card art in the game is made with artificial intelligence, and our plan is to either get funding to replace all the AI art or use money from sales to replace the AI art. But just the point is, Snooze, if you are a illustrationist and 3D designer, sometime soon I'll be making a post on my channel about the game, and we're going to be hiring community artists to replace all of the AI art from our cards. So just keep an eye out for that, and yeah, I'll be hiring community artists at some point. And I'll specifically be hiring community artists. We're not going to be like getting money from sales and then suddenly I'm like completely brain off. I forgot I'm supposed to be Thornsing right now. Let's get them to half. But yeah, we're not just going to get money and then just like hire one dude, give him $1,000 to churn out like 200 art assets. We're going to like... I've written like lore for all of the cards in the game and stuff. Like all of the cards have like characters and stories, and like I put a lot of work into them and stuff, right? We're not just going to have like the art be ruined. Like there's a lot of heart we've put into this game. So yeah, like whenever we have the money, my plan is to hire community artists, people who play the game, who like care about the game and stuff, who and yeah, we're gonna be putting money into like people who are trying to get their foothold in the industry too. So it'll be like a collaborative process with the community in that sense. That's the hope, right? Obviously, I can't do that with no money. So the plan is to release into. Oop, here we go. Yeah, Thorns. Yeah, Thorns. The plan is to release, get some money, and then be like, hey, guys, now that we have money, we're replacing the AI art. But neither of us are artists, so... And we have, like, 200 plus cards in the game right now. It's like we can't, like, commission 200 cards for free, right? Like, that's just ridiculous. And the amount of work that would take from away from the development would be too slow, so... Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. So if you just, easy tip for this boss, by the way, for this phase, if you just run around the edge, you'll never get hit by him. You don't have to do anything fancy here. Just do a circle around the edge, and you'll always dodge him. You'll always miss you as you're going around. Do the ice breath. Do the ice breath. Yeah! Oh yeah, I know there's plenty of people that want to help out with smaller projects. The problem is like having people help out when you have 200 plus assets to replace. That just becomes like we don't have a business manager. We don't have someone doing that on their own, right? So right now the goal is to finish the game, and then we're gonna tackle the AI art problem. But until it's done, it seems ridiculous to. Yeah, it's just the two of us, right? And we're already overwhelmed with the amount of coding and like building out in the engine and balance testing and bug testing and we have to do. So like, yeah. The hope would be to just soon, you know. If I had investors, or if we had a game that did well enough to where like I could hire like a project manager and stuff, like that's the obvious future, right? To like turn us from hobby devs into I call us hobby devs, but we both work on the game 40 plus hours a week, right? Like we're not hobby devs. We are people who work like too much. But obviously the hope would be to hire people one day and turn it into a real company.
We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
What engine are you using? We're Unity. My friend does most of the coding, and he's just most proficient in C#. We have talked about swapping engines a few times now, but he's not willing. He doesn't want to do that right now while we're still free devs, you know.
You've got Bye.
And I don't blame him. It's a lot to ask you to learn a new coding language while you're also making zero money for 3+ years. I think across all of our games, we've made a little less than $10,000, so it's not awful, but when you're talking about 3 years of full-time development, when a lot of that, all that cost that we've made, a lot of it gets taxed. Steam takes a 33% cut, by the way, before taxes, so they get a big chunk of your money. And then you gotta get taxed on it.
Only the toughest survive here.
And then, of course, we have to pay bank fees. Every time you submit a game to Steam, you have to pay a $100 cost. Stuff like that. Unity is the best? Yeah. I like Unity a lot. The reason I'm nervous about talking about engines is the game dev community is very gatekeepy and very rude in a lot of ways. There are people who are just like ride or die. It's almost like sports teams, kind of. It's very much like sports teams. If you like, imagine being a Dallas Cowboys fan, but for Unity. If you don't use that engine, that person is oftentimes upset, and they'll have a billion reasons why you're dumb for not using that engine. And it gets very toxic at times. So that's why there was a little bit of like a pause when I said Unity. You should use whatever engine you are comfortable with and skilled with, is my opinion. It doesn't matter what the engine is. It doesn't matter what your code looks like, as long as the game works at the end of the day, right? But, yeah. People get very gatekeepy over that stuff, unfortunately. If our code base and knowledge base and stuff wasn't an issue, we would probably be building in Unreal. I feel like it just makes sense to start learning Unreal as soon as possible, but we're still early on, you know. And Unity's fun. Their business practices are questionable. And they're not questionable, they're definitely questionable. They're, like, ridiculous, but... That's cool to know, Dad. Yeah, I want to do a lot more game dev stuff at some point. We're not quite ready to promote card collection quest yet, but when we're getting ready to promote it, there will probably be videos talking about my game dev journey as we're getting ready to its release. I'm pretty hyped about the game. I'm really happy with card quest. I don't normally like 3D simulators. It's nothing like an ARPG, so it's like I'm kind of nervous about promoting it to an ARPG audience, but I think we did a good job with it. The only thing I don't like about it is the AIR. Is the only thing I don't like about it. It's a good second monitor game. Acts 4, 5, 6 coming? We don't know. We don't know, unfortunately. If I missed one of your PoE questions, please re-ask it. Sorry. Like, my brain literally glazes over when I get into game dev talk. Like, I could talk about it forever. I love game development. Am I leading to the boss? This was such an interesting path. Look at the path this took to the boss. We went down here, up this way, loop backed up this way. I don't know if I've ever seen the boss like this close to the spawn for me. It's usually like always opposite direction, but it did a little loop there. That was interesting. I would be surprised if we got Acts 4, 5, and 6. I would say we are definitely getting... I want to try and get him in that one thing. Do the one charge attack. There we go. No, I didn't do enough damage. Okay. There's something we do good damage there. I would be surprised if we got all the axe. I'm being honest. I could see Axe 4 and 5, and I could see Axe 4. For some reason, my brain tells me they would want the end of the story released later. I don't know. That might be just ridiculous, because the game was supposed to originally launch with... these guys up here are pissing me off. Pull back. I could see Axe 4 and 5. But I just, for some reason, I think they want to save. Get over here, dweeb. But yes, we do have plans on making an ARPG. We do have plans on making an ARPG. It's just we don't want to make one without money. So our plan is to just keep making these cheap, short projects. And then at some point, we've either grown enough as a game development studio that a publisher thinks we're good enough to invest into us, or we have a game that just sells well, and then that game is what funds our ARPG. We definitely have an ARPG already planned out, kind of. It's not in pre-production yet, but we've talked about what we want it to be and what type of ARPG it would be. But until we have yeah, it's just you can't live too far in the future with game development. You have to live in the now, and we have 3 games that are technically in development right now, so those are the focus. It's really only 1 in development, but we put updates to the other 2, and that requires our focus from time to time. What am I doing with my gems, man? I'm really bad at this game. Don't have enough int for that. Okay. Do another 5. We'll upgrade armor breaker. And I have 2 support gems I'm just sitting on. I'm a bum. Hey, what's up, Last Protagonist? Do you have an opinion on armor, and would you like to see it reworked? I don't know if it needs to be reworked. I just think the curve needs to be changed. I don't think armor is as bad as people make it out to be. I think armor is better than evasion. I'm just gonna put that thought out there. I think armor is better than pure armor stacking is better than pure evasion stacking. Pure evasion stacking, you're dying all the fucking time. Even with 90% evasion, you're getting hit and you're getting one shot all the time. You're at 90. You're at max PDR or whatever. You're not dying. You're it is helping some, right? Evasion's better than armor in a hybrid sense. And then there are plenty of builds where you can armor stack with witch hunters when you're using sorcery ward. So I don't know if armor is completely dead, that it needs a rework. It definitely needs an adjustment to its curve in some ways. But I don't think armor is dead as people make it out to be. I would much rather play an armor stacker build than an evasion build right now.
I am remaining.
Crit reduction? Yeah, that's smart.
So,
That would definitely help a lot. Because, yeah, what happens, when you, with a 90% evasion, you're eventually going to get hit. But if you only have 2,000 life, yeah, it's rough. You just need more ways to reduce your incoming damage. More elemental physical damage reductions, conversions. We don't really have very many ways of converting damage. One of the few ways we convert damage right now is, you have Cloak of Flame. Cloak of Flame converts, what is it? I think I have one in my stash. It's 25% of physical damage to fire damage. Oh, it's 40% of physical damage to fire damage. we don't have much things like that. Like, there's way more ways we can mitigate damage that, yes, I'm not saying armor doesn't need buffs. I'm praying for some armor buffs, but, yeah, I don't know if it's that bad. What level are we? Oh, we're 16, so we have new level 16 gear we can wear. Level 16, more thorns damage, nice. Level 16 shield? I don't think I have a level 16 shield. Oh, there I do.
How can I advise you?
Yeah, I think the path, like, if anything, my opinion needs, the passive tree needs a rework. There's just a lot of, like, bad placements of things and poor placements of things. Like you're saying, Scroat, like, there's just really awkward, like, there's this crit damage reduction. One of these over here is crit damage reduction. Right here, yeah, Blade Catcher, right? But there's not very many options in, like, some of these areas and stuff. The passive tree is,
Greeting. I have a different
I would love to see them touch that up, that's for sure. Well, armor reduces movement speed. Yeah, armor reduces movement speed, dude. That's the thing that bugs me the most, is when you're max armor, holy shit, you are slow. And then you have the inherent move speed penalties with armor and shield. Like, why are you making me go slow, game? Let me go fast. Evasion is a bit lackluster right now. In patch 0.1, I thought evasion was amazing. I had an evasion stacker Deadeye that I was playing Ballista on, Artillery Ballista on. And I league started that build, and I was dying non-stop. Like, they gutted evasion in the patch. It was really good last patch. Probably too good. Because everyone was evasion stacking, but... Oh, I lost my Edicon. Oh, we could just level with Thorns for now. What do I need for the Edicon? 25 int. We're about to level up. Yeah, I'm just trying to get in the habit of picking this stuff up. I don't need this stuff. I've got a billion of them, but I've gotten out in the habit of not picking them up, and I need to fix that. There we go. If I play PoE 2 again, what build? I mean, what kind of playstyles do you like? In my opinion, there are more viable playstyles than people let on. But if you like this generic Edicon playstyle, Edicon is still very good through the campaign. It falls off late game, even when you start investing into the totems, like Dark Effigy. But could get some late game buffs in the patch. Really, it's hard to answer until we see the patch notes. People are predicting Lightning Spear nerfs. I am not expecting a Lightning Spear nerf. I am expecting a Tangle Tongue nerf. But I still think Lightning Spear will be good, even without Tangle Tongue. It's good, so... Lightning Arrow is really good, Pop-Tart. Lightning Arrow is really fun. It's one of the best league starts right now. Especially if you're playing on the agility side of the tree. Monks and Rangers, Amazons and stuff. Lightning Arrow is a skill you can start with from the start of the game, and it scales great. You Lightning Arrow the entire time. Lightning Arrow is not near as broken as Lightning Spear, so I don't think it's getting deleted. If you like a long-range skill, Lightning Arrow is really fun and good. Did Dead Rabbit make a Lightning Arrow build? Pretty sure he did. I would follow Lightning. We just got this Fire Res ring at the right time too, before this boss. Yeah, it was definitely really good either way. I think what made Lightning Spear take over the meta, though, was how good it became with, like, you can get a Tangle Tongue with an Exalt, right? Like, anyone could level an alt with Tangle Tongue. Where, if you need a rare spear, it gets a little bit harder for people to access, but yes. Lightning Spear in general is just... I don't know. I don't think you can nerf Lightning Spear. A nerf Lightning Spear is not fun to play, right? I think Jonathan's talked about it on his show a lot, how Lightning skill, or Jonathan's show. Jonathan's talked about it a lot in his balance, where like Lightning kind of just has to be overpowered. It's just overpowered by its design. So I think Lightning Spear and Lightning Arrow will always be this. It's just how accessible they are. But yeah, I'd play Lightning Arrow if I were you. Lightning Arrow is a great league start. I don't know about Spark. I assume Spark would be fine, but I don't play Spark builds. We really can't answer until 0.3 patch notes. I don't get that myself, Doom. Like, this cluster right here is insanely good. Right here, right? Crushing Verdict and Lasting Trauma. Why? Why, man? Why do I need 7% reduced attack speed for taking Lasting Trauma? Why do I need, what's another 7% reduced attack speed for Crushing Verdict? Like, why? What, 30% stun buildup and 50% attack damage isn't so overpowered I need 7% reduced attack speed. Like, come on, GGG. These are the stuff I want changed. Like, why is there so much reduced attack speed stuff? Like, why? Like, I know they, like, have this, like, fixation on punishing the players, but these two nodes piss me off. These do not need 14% reduced attack speed. No, excuse me. 15% reduced attack speed here. Like, why? Those are things I wanting fixed in the patch. I don't think it's getting fixed. But is that minus 15% attack speed really hold it? Like, what's keeping those things balanced? Do those passives become overpowered once you, you know, get rid of it? No. Lasting Trauma is great. Lasting Trauma, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the more popular anoints. I just don't think I need to take 8% attack speed for it. Loss for it. Are those kind of things on the PoE 1 tree? Like, is there a bunch of that kind of thing in the PoE 1 tree? Negative attack speed for, like, stuff like that? Mostly incremental buffs? Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't like that stuff. I think there are just better ways to balance the tree, Anton. If that's your argument, which is a fair argument, what I would say is you just make other things better. But there should always be like good like things you're going for like that on the passive tree, you know. 15% reduced attack speed is a lot though, and the one thing to take into account is we don't have swords and axes, which we'll be using that section a lot too. It's possible swords and axes are too fast, and GGG internally is like, oh, well, when we are using these nodes on swords and axes, it was too good, so that's why those nerfs are there, but it seems silly to me. But we don't have the full game. That's what I try and constantly remind myself is GGG has way more of a picture of what the game looks like right now than we do. They see all the other classes, other uniques and stuff. We have no idea what the internal build looks like, so... Alright, let's see if we can roast her with a quick fire burn. Insane.
How do we
Oh, we didn't get the fun line. Flamethrower B. Flamethrower B. Well, I have scavenge plating. Yeah! Yeah!
Shatter!
Half her health in an instant. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love Thorns? Alright, we get it, lady. That voice actor killed that. They told her to act like you're burning to death, and she committed. Or he. I think that's a girl. Whoever the voice actor is, they committed to that scream.
Speak up. I will tell you.
My gem tab's full. Are they both full? Oh my god. This one's not full. It's almost full though. I'll just sell them.
Don't want to start a fight.
Is it possible to lead Stark Arctic armor? No.
I'm painted. Farewell.
Oh man, okay, let me rephrase. I'm sure it's possible to league start anything. Will you have a good time league starting Arctic armor though? No. Could you do it? I'm sure there's a way, but Arctic armor's only melee hits, and it gets a lot of power from spirit gem level. And it's so hard to keep your spirit gems leveled in the campaign. You just don't see spirit gems drop. But let's just say you happen to be able to level it up. Because it's only melee strikes, I would not recommend ever leveling in the campaign with only Arctic armor. The only reflect viable builds are Magma Barrier, which is not very good. Wind Dancer is very good for leveling. And Thorns. But Thorns is very unique heavy. The most viable reflect league start is Wind Dancer for sure. I've done Wind Dancer and solo self-found very successfully. It's very good. All you need is a good weapon and melee skill levels for Wind Dancers. So if you're looking to like have the easiest reflect style league start, go with Wind Dancer. I do want to say though, of all of the reflect styles that are likely to get nerfed, none of them are likely to get nerfed in my head. But if one were to get nerfed, it's Wind Dancer. Wind Dancer is... I could see them adjusting the curve at which it scales off of weapon damage to bring it down a bit. Because it scales pretty heavily off of your weapon damage. So, I do want to warn that Wind Dancer might get nerfed. It's the one I think that could get nerfed. I don't think it will, but if it could, that's the one. How would you level it to level Arctic armor normally? I would level like any other, like just level a character any other way. Like my Arctic armor character was my Lich that I played. I did a minion build on it, and then I eventually just swapped Ascendancies to a Blood Mage, and yeah. But unfortunately, Arctic armor is like, it sucks because my Arctic armor builds always do well, but they are very meme. They're the ones that deserve the disclaimer that's like, hey, this build looks cool, but it's like, it's not as good as it looks, I guess. It's got a lot of downsides, and it depends heavily on Trample Toe. You're not AoE clearing without Trample Toe, so I don't know how easy it is to get Trample Toe on League Start. But yeah, I would not play Arctic armor on a League Start, unfortunately. Honestly, I wouldn't like. You wouldn't want to transition to an Arctic Armor build. Period. Like, Arctic Armor is not like a.
No challenge.
It's not like a build that you should be playing the game with, if that makes sense. I don't know how to phrase it. It has too many downsides. It's not good enough to be your main build. It is a fun alternate build for like a meme character. But there's just so much it will struggle with always. It's fun, but I would not make it my first character, or my second, if I'm being honest. You'll have way more fun with Thorns or Wind Dancer. Way more fun. It is cool, but yeah, it's just like... One, you can't use a shield, right? Not using a shield with reflect builds really sucks. If you're building Arctic Armor right, you're going to be using Wrath types, or a focus that gives you +2 cold skill levels for Arctic Armor. No block really sucks for Arctic Armor, for reflect builds. So you just get one shot, random. You're not going to be able to do some of the hardest content in the game. It will kill you. So that's just one big L. 2, it requires Trample Toe if you want to do AoE clear. And then it requires gem skill levels, which gets expensive. You know, a +3 Prism of Belief for Arctic Armor is not easy to come by. I'm sure it'll be cheap League start, but you have to wait for one to drop from somebody to sell it, so I don't know. Is Druid a confirmed leak? Was there a new post today confirming a Druid leak? I have seen 3 different leaks posted to me now that I initially fell for and then was very quickly debunked by either myself or Miso. At the point, I'm not believing any leaks. GGG has been pretty good at, like, not leaking for the longest time. I am not believing any leaks. I've seen 3 leaks in the last 24 hours. Ooh, Sir Gog video? Oh, is he talking about how the data got removed from the data mining from PoEDB? Because I saw that speculation. Right now, there's just a bunch of speculation that points to Druid, but there's no hard confirmation. Like, what I saw this morning was a bunch of stuff for Druid, Martial Artist, and one other thing got removed from PoEDB. And when that happened for Ritualist, Amazon, and Smith of Katava, that happened right before 0.2, and they came in 0.2. Okay, that's what he's talking about? Okay, then. I don't know if that confirms it. That's not a hard confirmation. But, yes, that is as close as we're going to get. So if Sir Gog's covering it, then I'm going to, like, make it seem pretty likely that like, that's what the odds point to. But, yes, that's what I saw on Reddit this morning. That is the most confirmation we have of Druid coming. Is, like, a consistency within the database from 0.20. But there's been no hard proof, no leaked images that, like, confirm anything. It could be very well something else. But, yeah. If that's what he's talking about, that's cool. Yeah, there was a bunch of screenshots that have been passed around. One of them is actually... Oh, yeah, I love Sir Gog, dude. If Sir Gog's talking about it, then, like... that means that he sees it as a viable consistency to believe in. And, yeah, yes, in Sir Gog, I trust for sure. Oh, yeah, if Druid's coming, I'm leveling a Wind Dancer or Thorns Druid on launch. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest Druid fan. I consistently shit-talk Druids. I think that's because I'm a WoW player. If you've never met a Druid main in WoW, they are a special breed. I'm joking, but usually a Druid's playstyle, so the reason why I don't normally like Druids is when you have a class that can Druids are often healers. Druids are often spellcasters. Druids are often stealth DPS. Druids are often melee DPS. Druids are often tanks, right? Like, druids can do everything, and when you're a jack of all trades, you have to be balanced accordingly. So usually druids are never, in most games, they never excel at one thing. They're just good at all things. That being said, ARPGs are designed differently. We don't have tanks and healers and stuff like that, so that's not a problem with ARPGs. Druids and ARPGs could be fun. D2 Druid is like one of the best examples of that. I did not like D4 Druid personally, but that's why I have a bias towards not liking Druids. It's usually Druids often end up being balanced and not broken, and broken's what makes games fun. I believe very heavily in that you should make your games broken. You should make your players broken and overpowered. I come from esports and StarCraft Brood War. This is going to sound very weird, but if you were a Brood War fan, you know that in StarCraft Brood War, what made that esports scene so fun is that every race had units that are insanely broken. Everyone bitches about all three races because every race has just the most cracked units. And one of the things that StarCraft 2 did wrong was they tried to balance everything. They tried to make everything fair. And it led to some point where StarCraft 2 was balanced and not fun. There was no more broken characters. It was just a bunch of the same. But Brood War was just like, you have the Filers, Science Vessels, just like Arbiters, like even the tier 1 units are cracked in Brood War. Like, they're all just insane DPS and insane life. Like, Zealous and Dragoons. Like, OP's fun, man. Hey, what's up, Ingormus? How you doing, bro?
Make haste. He must not escape.
That would be, like, the one thing you could say Druids excelled for a period of time in WoW was HOTS, but now in a lot of MMOs, especially in like retail WoW, priests are very good with HOTS. Like, I would not say druids are exclusively the heal over time class anymore. Also, I think in WoW they added the Invoker class, which has heals over time. So over the EQ, I'll be grateful. I'll check in the recording. What's EQ? Sorry. I don't know what you mean by EQ, but I will do it once I know. Oh my god, I'm so bad at upgrading my skill gems. I'm a bum, you guys. I'm a freaking bum. I've built so many bad habits this league. Oh, as a Jade and Contagion? Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't been putting anything into them. I've got Persistence and, oh, EQ, that's if that's what you mean. I got Persistence and Contagion, and then Chain and Swift Affliction and Essence Drain. And they're not leveled up. They're only level 4 because I don't have the int for it.
The Countess has used corruption to resurrect Jamon-Ra, and they have escaped.
Yeah, I'll be like starting to reflect Druid though for sure, if it's coming.
To the forge with this one.
Do I want to get my int? Oh, my int is higher. I can't upgrade my skill gems. I'm a bum. I'm a bum. Let me get those 6s back. We'll get one of them back. I don't know how many I put in. Trying to be semi-accurate here. Oh, I don't have enough. I need one more. Okay. Currently equipped items. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I got this from a vendor. This dropped early on off of... I don't remember who dropped this. Oh, this dropped off of Rust King. Drop. Oh, this was in my stash. Equipped gear. Gotcha. Yep, just Thorns gear.
What have you learned?
I'll be playing Trade League, so I'll be buying at least this helmet on launch.
Quickly.
Hey, Blaze, hell yeah. Yep, this is the not, so if you guys get views on your videos, this is the time for you to drop like a, the 5 things PoE needs right now video. Because all of the React streamers are, not React streamers, but all of the streamers are reacting right now as we're bored as hell for 0-3. So this is a good time to post a video like that. It's cool that he went back and watched that older video, man. I wish that I was streaming whenever you released it. I didn't get to watch it on stream. I I was in my stream break when you dropped it.
What have you learned?
I have changed my
I'll have to go
mind.
watch his reaction to it. I'm curious what his thoughts are about your perspective. Oh, it was the 6 I needed to do. In general, I mean, I find Gazi to be very, like, leveled with his takes. You never really see Gazi, at least when it comes to creators flaming them. He'll flame GGG. Yeah, Thorns just needs so much right now. It's like, if there are 0 changes to Thorns, I'm not league starting Thorns. It's just it's too rough of a league start. Just because of all the gear you have to buy. But I'm hoping we got 1 or 2 balance changes.
Perhaps it is beneath the sands.
I could have gone and done my Ascendancy. I forgot to kill Babala. My brain is off.
Steel yourself!
Yeah. That's something I'm going to do very differently in 0-3. Maybe I need to play more solo Self-Found, but I've noticed I've developed some really bad habits this campaign clear. Of just, like, skipping side objectives. I don't remember what a lot of these side objectives give anymore. And I think that's just because I've been playing with Twink gear too much. Like, I've just been speedrunning the campaign on, too many alts. Just blasting through it, and I've just developed really bad habits. I'm not picking up, like, orbs off the ground. I'm not picking up alterations and stuff. Like, I've just developed really bad habits. Yeah, I know. I'm a noob in Gormus. I'm a noob. I'm one of those guys. One of those Twink gear guys. This is not fully aimed at that chrono. This is not fully aimed at a natural league start. Because I don't know how much I'll be trading. Like, I don't know how much I'll be able to trade early on. You just need so much gear. Like, the earliest, I feel like Acts 1 through 2, I won't be able to play much Thorns, if I'm being honest. You really have to trade for the helmets, and maybe some, like, level 28 Thorns gear, and you would need 2 to 3 exalts for that. At least. So, like, I don't feel like I'd be able... Like, unless I got lucky with, like, Thorns gear dropping on rare items, or they add, like, essences with Thorns, but even then, I haven't seen an essence yet, so... Oh, yeah, I have. Never mind. I did do an essence. But no, I don't think I'd be Thorns until Act 3, maybe, unfortunately.
Certain treachery!
Yeah, I had written a meme script for 5 things that PoE needs, and it was all, like, generic stuff like, we need easier access to skill gems, and then, like, the reasoning why I was giving it was always, like, going back to Thorns, so it just ended up being, like, it was a meme video where, like, I was talking about the Thorns the entire time, but it was veiled as a what PoE needs, and I got too lazy with the edit and stopped. That happens with some of my videos, is I write a script and I'm like, the edit's not turning out how I've envisioned it, so... Let me quickly check the Wind Dancer build. I have 3 of them. I have a Smith-a-Katava one. The Mobile Ix has a leveling and endgame guide.
The Vesteri Desert. Desert is a strange
Level 22.
and deadly place.
I should go get my Ascendancy. I don't know what I'm going to play this character as. I'm probably not even going to get the Ascendancy, actually. I don't think I'm pushing this character past Act 3. I'm probably just going to do Act 3 and then quit. We could get the Ascendancy. Yeah, I need to run Enfeeble. My brain's off when I stream. I'm just reading shit. I'm not armor breaking at all either. But yeah, no, this is not a... Yeah, it's tough. And also the worst thing about League starting Thorns, again, I talk about it plenty, but it's Quillbursts and Barbs. Quillbursts and Barbs are really required to actually play Thorns functionally, and they're tier 3 support gems. So if GGG doesn't change those to tier 2 support gems, or tier 1, definitely not League starting Thorns. I'm League starting Wind Dancer. Did I go the wrong way? I don't think so. I did go the wrong way for sure. Nope, nope. Maybe. No, 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 no. No, it's down here. It's down here. I'm going the right way. Yeah. I really hope Rake Stomping Ground is gone. If it's not, I'm not playing it either way. I'm going to avoid it. But, yeah. I leveled, like, at least... I mean, I know you leveled a gazillion characters probably this patch with it, but I definitely leveled at least 10 characters with Rake Stomping Ground. I am over that. Alright, bum, get the spread. A beetle. Damn, he got a lot of armor. Sheesh.
Impressive workmanship. Shame I had to destroy it.
Yeah. I'm also used to playing with Splinter, which does all my armor breaking for me. I'm used to having Scavenge Plating up a lot. Splinter's tier 3, I think, so I won't have that for a while. I need to be using Armor Breaker more. Or Splinter tier 2. Splinter tier 2? Okay. That's not so bad, then. It's one of my requests. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love them to change this node from being Thorns damage has a 50% chance to ignore armor to Thorns has a chance to break armor. That way you don't have to be a Warbringer to get easy access to armor break for Thorns. Because I literally never take this passive. Like, you're already armor breaking for Thorns, so why do I need my Thorns to break the ignore armor? It's like, it's redundant. The damage you get from it is like very minor. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I remember farming that beetle. Yep. That beetle was an awesome farm. Yeah, the beetle farm was really good. I just miss Ultimatum being a good farm. I know I might be crazy that I like Ultimatum, but in 0-1-0, or in 0-1, Ultimatum was such a good currency farm, and it just never got to that level in 0-2. Hey, later, Blaze. But breaking armor is pretty important for early game Thorns. You get a lot of damage from Scavenge Plating. Okay, you're going to be the immune guy. Rude.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
And yeah, I don't like Perfect Strike. I'm a bum with it. Hey, what's up, Chill? How you doing, man? I've been a bit since I watched the Wind Dancer build. Was there a single target setup? Yeah, you use Sunder. Well, there's multiple ways you can play. You can play it with Shield Slam. You can play it with Sunder. I mean, you could play it with any attack skill if you wanted to. The ways I played it was either Shield Slam or Sunder. I am not sure if I expect Sunder to be in the exact same place it's in the next patch. It's kind of crazy that you can one-shot tier 4 bosses with it. It's not the most overpowered build, but you can still do some pretty big hits with it. So I don't know if Sunder necessarily is going to be untouched. I would imagine it will be, but Sunder's great with Wind Dancer. With Wind Dancer, you want a big damage weapon. Its damage scales off of your weapon's damage. So obviously, any build you're using like a two-hander with is going to do well. Now, we don't know how Druid bear form and stuff will work yet. If it works like Infernalist, how like you don't actually use your weapon, but you get like something that's scaling you up. I don't know if Wind Dancer and Druid, how that will scale well together. But hopefully you can like bear form Wind Dancer.
Break!
On your Force Palm build, did you level with that or something else? I leveled with it. Well, I leveled with Killing Palm. I leveled with Killing Palm until 32, I think is when you can use Shattering Palm. 31, 32. But yeah, I leveled the Palm the whole way. And depending on what comes, I might level that build as a martial artist. Sour, I'm so sorry. I missed you subbing earlier, didn't I? I was in the middle of a rant, and I meant to say thank you for it. I just gotta make sure I always say thank you, and just stop my rant immediately and say thanks for that. I completely forgot to say thank you for that. And if I did say thank you for that, then I just forgot I said thank you, but... I'm pretty sure you resubbed earlier. Someone resubbed earlier, and I didn't say thanks. I was in the middle of a game dev rant. You were seeing, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, sorry, I might play that Shattering Palm build on a martial artist. On League Start. It was really fun to level. It was really cool build. The explosions were awesome. Shattering Palm is like a spectacle. And when you mix it with like Herald of Ash, it looks crazy. Same, I want Facebreaker. Facebreaker Thorns, are you kidding me, dude? That sounds so fun. I'd be all over that.
My king nears.
I'm not afraid of you. I've got Fire Res. And Thorns Leech. This is like all Thorns Leech healing me, by the way. I haven't used a single flask yet. I'm gonna use a flask here. Rolled out of my enfeeble. I need to get whatever the forced armor break removal off is. Exploit weakness. So I can maintain scavenge pudding stacks easier on bosses. The Reddit mod boss is dead.
That I shall grant you mercy.
Thank you.
I think Witch Hunter is better than people think. I think Sorcery Ward is very good, even with the state of both evasion and armor not being in the best state. So, I've been saying it since 010, like, Witch Hunter is my dark horse ascendancy for being, like, one of the best ascendancies long term. That was specifically because of, like, the weapon swapping stuff, but, I've seen people do some pretty stupid shit with Sorcery Ward already, and that's without armor and evasion being in a good spot.
Stay in sight.
We'll just slap that in there. I don't want to think about it. So I think Sorcery Ward is great when built into correctly. Not all builds can build into it correctly, unfortunately. So it's not like a super versatile play style, but I think it's good. I think it could be very good. I saw someone do it with, like, PDR cap and stuff, and it was just crazy. But I like Witch Hunter a lot. I mean, in 010, Witch Hunter was the only Ascendancy I could successfully do Thorns on. Because it had the AoE clear the build needed.
Forsaken wasteland.
Break! Fear will best you!
And yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like, Sorcery Ward, it absorbs a lot of elemental damage, and then you're stacking armor, right? So you're going to have high physical damage reduction. So your only real threat is chaos damage at that point, right? If you've been built into it correctly. And then the way I saw it being played was he actually had chaos inoculation with it. I'm sure you could just get a high chaos res as well. But it was one of the more tankier setups I've seen in this game. Need to get the fragment. What level am I? 16. What level is the next Thorns upgrade? Was it 22 or 24? It was 24? I'm glad I'm doing a practice run. I needed one. Jesus. I'm gonna do multiple practice runs probably. Just to Act 3. I won't do Cruel. Try basically 99.9% confirmed all acts are coming, so Just kidding. He didn't confirm that.
Break!
Which leaks is it, Ethan? Is it the Sir Gog video? Did you specifically see the Sir Gog video? Or is that from someplace else? Maybe I should, if it's from the Sir Gog video, maybe I should watch it on stream. It's all speculation. Nothing's technically been leaked as far as I know, but it's like speculation based off of past database tendencies, so it's... If you wanted to call it a leak, you potentially could. Let me see if there's anything posted. Oh. Sorry, Rabbit. I just saw your message, man. I'm really bad at reading chat. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. We just got good podcast news, boys. We just got good podcast news. I didn't think that would be the case. Okay, cool. Well, we need to, here, I'll type it.
This land of the dead has no end.
Okay, cool, Rabbit. Sounds like everyone's on the same page then. Cool. Sorry, guys. Podcast talk. Yeah, we'll message them soon. Oh, yeah, you said yeah. Okay, yeah, you do it. Yeah. I'm sure I do. Oh, I'm so hyped for... So, guys, if you haven't seen our podcast, I do a podcast with Dead Rabbit and Miso Shiro. We have a weekly PoE2 podcast, and this week we are doing an episode. The three of us are going to be co-streaming the reaction to the podcast, or the 0.3 announcement stuff. We're going to stream through the Q&A and the patch notes and stuff, and then we're doing the podcast right after the Q&A. So we have a really hype stream day on Wednesday, where this is going to be the three of us hanging out, and then we're going to go straight into, like, just a live reaction to the patch notes, which will be really fun. Because I'm sure there's just going to be, like, these little segments of the patch notes where it's like, me and Miso don't really care about it, but, like, Rabbit's, like, freaking out about the change, and then we get to the Thorns section, and I'm going to be, like, crying because there's nothing there. It's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. It's going to be one of the times of all time. Can Thorns also inflict poison? Yes. Thorns can poison, bleed, armor break, pin, ignite, freeze, and shock. There are some interactions it's broken with, but poison is not one of them. I have a Poison Thorns Chalupa Monk. Yeah, he sensed it, dude. He sensed it that it was gonna happen, and like his like streamer sense tingled, and he just like snap woke up. That is like, I'm dying right now. Oh, Miso just like he could feel the shift in the force, and it just brought him from the depths of sleep. Oh, guys. We have Darth microtransaction coming on the Monday after this Wednesday. So like actually in just 1 week. Today's Monday, right? Yeah, today's Monday. So in like 1 week, we're having DM on. And we're talking about that podcast right now. We just got cool news about it, so. But yeah, we're having DM on. Very excited about that. Go, Thorn Leech. It might be a slow kill, but I won't die. The Leech will survive. I need a new weapon. I'm pretty sure I'm still using that Act 1 weapon. God, I'm so bad at this game. I've developed so many bad habits. I should not still be using this shitty weapon. I should have 100% upgraded this by now, probably. I am in a twink bad mentality mindset right now, where I just, like, I don't think about my gear. I don't think about picking up currency off the ground. Bad habits, bad habits. Gotta fix them. Gotta fix them. We're gonna be doing a lot of practice leading up to 030. Well, it's pretty nice that I can just face tank all this stuff. The Thorns Leech is just so good. I didn't dodge a single mechanic. Well, I dodged a couple times there, but I probably didn't need to. I just need a better weapon. Did I get the other fragment? I did not. I forgot to get the other fragment, of course. Alright, let's be killing stuff with a fragment. Sorry, I've got Darth microtransaction on my brain. He's so glorious. There we go. Alright, now that we're done with this act, I want to go look up some of these leaks. I want to see if there's any leaks that have been... Ethan just told me that 3 Druid Ascendancies, 1 Huntress, 1 Monk, 1 Sorceress, and I think 1 more is coming. But what is the source of this post? Is it on Reddit already? There's a preemptive leaks mega thread. Is there anything good in it? The only leak we had was Druid and his 3 Ascendancies no longer on the database. No longer had the DNT tag and had the real names Shaman, Harbinger, and Wildheart. Also, Monk's 3rd Ascendancy no longer has DNT tag and got a real name, Martial Artist. Lastly, Huntress 3rd Ascendancy no longer has DNT tag and got a real name, Beast Master. Wow. Shaman, Harbinger, Wildheart, Martial Artist, and Beastmaster. So first of all, as far as I understand it, POBDB is pretty consistent with, like, when it updates and like, whether that leak corresponds with it actually happening. This does not hard confirm anything, but it's as close as you're going to get. Huntress getting a 3rd Ascendancy already is the one that's, like, scratching my head over it. I'm not saying it couldn't or shouldn't happen. It's just that, I don't know, want the Sorcerer Ascendancy more. Right? Sorcerer would really use one. But if it's done, it's done. I feel like, yeah, exactly, companion builds, kind of suck. There's no, like, good companion build that revolves purely around companions, so maybe Beastmaster, that's how it does that. 3 Druid Ascendancies, wow. That is a lot. That is a lot. Shaman, Harbinger, and Wildheart. So Wildheart, to me, tells me that's the shapeshift one, right? Shaman would be elemental? What would Harbinger be? I don't know what Harbinger would be. Critters? The summoner build. Right. People talk about a summoner build. Of all of the Leak Sour, this is the one that's like, if it were to be accurate, like, the database being changed is like, it's, GGG could be aware that the community watches database changes and is, like, sending us on, like, a goose chase, right? But consistently speaking, database changes are like one of the best ways to get like some clue as to what's happening, but I wouldn't say it can't be real. There's a chance, but I would say it's like, I would put 66% chance on this leak being real-ish versus it not being real. I should not have skipped that little area there, probably. So, I feel like 3 Ascendancies in 1 drop wouldn't make sense but for any other Ascendancy but Druid. Druids are weirdly hyped. I don't understand the, like, fixation with Druid personally, but Druids are hyped a lot. So if there was any Ascendancy that drops with all 3 and it's like, oh my god, we got all 3, like, you do it with Druid, right? And then they can also test the waters to see if that works for future Ascendancies, like when they drop Gladiator and stuff. Like, maybe if the exception to all 3 at once for Druid was good, that's the theme going forward, but, yeah. I wouldn't say hard, yeah, I would say there's a chance. Druids are grossly hyped. I don't know why. I think mostly because Druids aren't in Path of Exile 1, so it's just like the new thing. I haven't upgraded my flask in a minute. Druid form of free cosmetics? Yeah, but then you have to think of, like, all the paid cosmetics we're gonna have to buy for Druid forms. Like the Panda form. Did you guys see there's a potential Panda form coming?
Up for another hunt.
I don't have to spend $100 for a damn Panda form, but I'm gonna.
Try and keep up. Don't lose sight of it.
But I'm gonna. I need to see what level my next gear is. Is it 26 or 28? I forget. Maybe it was 24. It's been a while since I leveled a Thorns character. I don't remember the levels of the moderns. Oh yeah, you're 27. Did I not get like a mid-20s Thorn upgrade? I might not have prepped anything. I mean, this is just an old stash tab. I didn't... Oh, 28. It's 28. So no upgrade yet. So 16 to 28 looks like the biggest gap. That's fine. Exactly. I mean, like so many people are gonna have expectations of what they want Druid to be. I imagine a lot of people aren't gonna be happy, but with 3 Ascendancies, you have a higher chance of people being happy. So, excuse me. The only reason I am league starting a Druid is because of other people being hyped for it. Like, if I played exactly what I wanted to play from the list of classes I just listed, I'd be 100% league starting a martial artist. I want to make sure there's nothing there before I walk too far away. Martial artist is the thing that gets me the most excited on that list, because I've been bitching about not having a brawler monk.
Keep on him.
But, if we're getting a Druid Ascendancy that's for critters, I will probably go Druid for sure. Because I want to do my minion build again. And I think the Druid might be good for that. Give me a sec. All right, I gotta take care of dinner or lunch and stuff, and I'm not on vacation yet. I still got game dev stuff I gotta do and stuff. So we got a nice little 3-hour stream in there. I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow and Wednesday. Tomorrow's stream will probably be a little bit longer. We'll continue either leveling this character or do another Act 1 through 2-ish clear to get more early game practice. Because this was not a good clear. This was really sloppy for me. But I am going to end the stream there. I just have stuff I have to do. I will be back tomorrow. Remember, Wednesday, you guys, we are doing the podcast. Me, Miso, and Dead Rabbit will be co-streaming as we react to the live stream. We're going to be smart about it. We're not going to be, like, screaming in each other's ear the entire time and ruining the experience for everybody. But we're going to be watching it together. We're going to be reacting to it. We're going to watch the Q&A together. We're going to then do the podcast after the Q&A. We're going to immediately just dive into reading the patch notes, probably, and just going over that. Yeah, I imagine the show notes are just going to be going through the patch notes and all of us talking what we're excited for. But yeah, just stay tuned for those 2 streams, guys. I am just so excited for this launch. I know you guys are too. I saw Arrow streaming, I think. Give me a sec. Where'd he go? I swear I just saw Arrow. The rating function in Twitch is super clunky, and I'm really bad with it. Or I'm just really bad. There we go. Well, why is he playing at Deadlock? I just saw him in the PoE 2 category. Now he's on Deadlock? What is this? Okay, we're not hosting a Deadlock player. No, sir. Who has got less viewers than me that could use a bump up? I don't see the point in hosting DM. DM doesn't need my 80. You guys are probably gonna go watch him anyway. Who is down there? I don't like hosting people I don't know, because you never know if you're gonna host like someone unhinged. Belton is doing a 24-hour stream as he goes from 98 to 99, so I'll host him. Best of luck to him. And yeah, I'll be live tomorrow, and I'll see you guys for the podcast as well.